A lot of business owners will focus a lot of their time, their energy, and their finances into their business. Which makes sense. It's an industry, it's a company they know and they love, they have emotional connections to, and they typically, historically, won't look at investments and savings and planning opportunities outside of their business. Which, when you actually think about it, isn't sensible. In life, it never makes sense to put all of your eggs into one basket. So diversifying what you're doing as a business owner. I mean, look at what we've just encountered in the pandemic of 2019, 2020. A lot of businesses in the UK were forced to shut or not operate as they once had. So those businesses that had planned and maybe just as simple as budgeting and put money aside were going to have had a far more enjoyable journey through that period than those that hadn't.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of concerns are they coming to you with? What are their worries and fears?
The same as individual clients, mainly in that people want to make safe and sensible investments. They want to limit the amount of tax they're paying, and they want to protect themselves and their family. There needs to be a clear difference between someone's business and their business wealth, and then their personal and family wealth. And that's where planning really comes in, to making sure that's looked at and that's addressed. And that can be simple things like protection, making sure that the business has relevant insurances in place to cover the people that are either employed or operating, and that the shareholders of that business, again, have the relevant protection and insurance in place, so that, heaven forbid, anything happens to an owner, a director, that their family wouldn't be, impacted as a result of it.
What you have to remember about our profession, though, and it's quite important to address, is that I would say at least 50% of our clients have not come to us because they've got a problem that's jumping out at them. You would go and see a doctor if you had an illness. You would go and see a mechanic if your car was broken down. You go and see a dentist with toothache. People generally don't come to us thinking they have a problem. They have a consultation with a financial planner, and then they realise, actually, I've got a shortfall. Actually, I've got a tax problem. Actually, I'm paying too much in taxes. So people don't come to us with a problem. We sit with them to discuss maybe life insurance, and moving on from life insurance, we can then go down the road of retirement planning, addressing a shortfall at that point. But nobody comes to us and says, I've got a problem, help me save more money, or I need to save more money, or I need to invest, or I need to reduce my inheritance tax liability, I need to pay less income tax. Nobody really realises that, and especially the working class. We were talking earlier about inheritance taxes. There is no working class or middle class person that comes to us and says, I'm really worried about my inheritance tax, because most of them don't know what their personal allowances are for inheritance taxes until they sit with a financial planner and they're told. And then it's addressed at how much tax they're paying, how much tax they could potentially pay. And everybody wants to pay a little bit less tax than they have to.